and welcome to Friday afternoon at the Manor. My name is John Joseph Massandre, and it's honored to have a great lineup for today. And the weather is getting warmer by the minute, and cuisine is always a delight. And so today we have as part one, we have our remarkable, amazing our chef Kemar Morgan, who's going to share with us his tantalizing tales of Jamaican cuisine that some of them were even taught to him by his mother. And welcome and over to you, Khimar.
Hi, John. Thanks for having me today. Um, uh, and thanks everyone who will be joining us. Sorry about my background. I'm cooking in the meantime because I will be presenting something at the end. So if you hear that frying sound, that is me cooking. So forgive that noise. I wish I could turn it off, but I can't. Um, just a little bit about Jamaican cuisine. Jamaican cuisine is a concoction of a couple of different cultures. Um, uh, which is African, Irish, French, Portuguese, Spanish, Indian, Chinese, and Middle Eastern. Um, that's where the flavors are from. That is if you're cooking authentic Jamaican meals. There's also an alternative, which is Caribbean foods, which may not have the same flavors. But if you're really going for Jamaican food, what makes it Jamaican food is the way it's prepared and the spices that we use on them. Today I'll be going over just a few couple of things. My name is Khimar, as John said earlier, and I am the CEO of Jamican Incorporated. That is a catering company with intent to open a restaurant after the pandemic is over, and a food truck shortly after. Um, when it comes to Jamaican food, one of the things that people normally talk about is just it's too spicy, or the flavors are little flavors, or um, it's too flavorful for me. That may be some of the things that I've heard with my customers. But it can be adjusted. So if you like spicy food, which I don't, I like my food mild. If you like spicy foods, you can gear from, I would say, on a scale of 1 to 10. You can have one, and then you can have 10 to the point where you're actually crying. Um, that is part of what makes Jamaican too, just the spices. Um, for the customers who don't like spicy foods, you just need to just tell us on your order. Or if you go to another Jamaican restaurant, which is not mine, you can just always say to them that you'd rather eat mild or non-spicy, just to ensure that everyone, apart from the culture, all the cultures, people from all cultures can actually enjoy the food. Um, Healthy options is one of the things that I wanted to talk about today. A lot of people may say Jamaican food is rich in spices and rich in flavors and rich with oil and butter and all those things that, essentially is not eating too much of that may not be good for you, but there are healthy options. If you are diabetic, all you need to do is just let us know that you have someone in your family or yourself is diabetic and you would like that option, what we'll do, we'll prepare your meal just to suit that need. Also, for people who may not like too much salt or their food, you know, tasty like salt, they can taste the salt. Um, there's option if you're hypertensive, which we can actually customize to suit your need. You just need to tell us what we'll do. We will give you healthier options. What we have been doing over this year is using for like things that we have to use flour with. We're using corn flour or we're using 100% whole wheat flour um, to ensure that what you're eating is not only nutritious, but it's also very healthy for you. When I buy food for my company, we only buy organic stuff. So halal, that's one. So the meats are halal, and the provisions in most cases are organic. That way, not only does the food taste good, but it's also healthy again. And I can't overemphasize the healthiness of that. What we have been doing, we have been cutting down on oil, unless it's like fried chicken or something fried. We've cutting down on oil, and if we do use oil, we start using healthier options, which is like olive oil. Um, Great on food, great in salads, and it's also healthy for you. Um, what we're trying to do also is to use not white rice unless you specifically ask for plain or white rice, as we call it in Jamaica. We tend to go for brown or parboiled, which is long grain parboiled, it's a little bit darker. And we mix that with our vegetables, our beans, and create this with coconut milk, creating this awesome rice and peas. As it relates to our meats, as I said before, it's halal, and we purchase it from authenticated halal grocery stores or farms. Uh, we buy ours from a farm, so we get like get it fresh. Um, as it relates um, to like drinks, we make our homemade juices, which is like ginger beer and sorrel and all other fruit juices. What we do, what we do is for people with diabetes, remove all the sugar. So all the sugar you'll be getting is from the natural fruit itself. We add some ginger, also, which will help to balance the enzymes in the stomach and makes it a lot more refreshing. Um, as it relates to ordering from us, there are several ways you can order from us. You can email me directly at kemarmorgan@gmail.com. You can also uh, um, text us or telephone, which is fine. You can also place your order on our website. You can also, if you're following us on Instagram, which our handle is Jamican, which is Jami, as in I, can as in Canada, um, six as in the letter six, IX. So if you follow us on Instagram, you can also DM us and place your order there. Our orders are delivered on time. Whatever you need, you just need to just let us know, and we will endeavor to supply you with your choices. Um, what we do differently is one of the questions and people ask in meetings. How are you different from the Ritz or Real Jerk? The Ritz or Real Jerk, they are Caribbean restaurants, as I said before. They are not Jamaican restaurants. What we provide is authentic Jamaican food. So everything that is done is exactly how grandma would prepare it in Jamaica, or your mother, if your mother is Jamaican, or a Jamaican person would do it. What we do different is that our customer service too, we customize all our orders to the needs of our customers. So what you do is because as I said, what we do different. We only cook Jamaican foods, um, or Jamaican style foods. Next thing that we do is we try to um, ensure that what you're getting is quality taste. So when you actually bite into the flavors, you're actually tasting a piece of Jamaica. Um, our intent, as I said earlier, is to open a restaurant after the pandemic is over, where you can come in and have a dining experience. I, you will find when we open our location that the stick the what's it called the gimmick, if I may call it that, that we will have will be not only eating awesome food but also entertaining. We'll have entertainment among other things. Just stay tuned, follow us, like and be read our newsletters, whatever it is that you're doing. Keep doing that and stay lookout for next steps. Um, Another big part of what we do is also building community capacities. That is, we have been and will continue to do so, is to support the agencies around us, not-for-profit agencies around us, feeding the homeless, um, feeding youth who are quarantined, um, women who are in women's shelters, seniors who are locked away. Well, I would say locked away, but seniors who are in like the senior care homes and not living in their own homes. What we do also, we work with um, uh, Pride Toronto, the banks. Our intention is to do Caribbean and all of these other big festivals that the city puts on annually. A big part of what we do, as I said before, is giving back to our communities, where we'll cook and deliver food, a lot of food to feed your staff, um, and um, and and the residents that you provide service to. In a nutshell, that is kind of what we're all about. We look forward to growing together as a community. We look forward to growing together with the United Church, because I love to have the United Church as one of our clients, um, um, because I have worked with the United Church prior, and I love what I saw. I love the feedback, and would love to partner up with the United Church, among others, not-for-profit organizations across the GTA, to ensure that we are providing quality foods to people. And because the love of food and the love of oneself is kind of the same, and we are ready, and able to meet all your needs. Just as I said, reach out to us. You can email, call, or DM us, and we are ready to provide the service that you require. If there's any question, I'd love to answer.
Betty.
Hi, Khimar, it's Betty.
Hi,
How are
Betty.
you?
How are you? I'm well, thank you. You look wonderful.
Good, good. Hair is getting really long. How's the, I know you applied for the food truck license. Did that go forward, or is it all everything?
Okay, so what? Excuse me, 1 minute.
Hi, May.
Betty.
Hello, Betty. I guess he's cooking, so we had to rush to the pan. Yeah,
Hi.
it's hard to do both at the same time.
Betty, I'm going to warn you because he
Yeah.
asked if we have any questions for him. And I'm going to ask him
Yeah.
a question. Okay. And you know what that,
Okay.
and
So am I.
yeah, and you know what that question's going to be. Okay.
Not the salt one, is it?
Oh, sorry about that, Betty. I'm sorry. I'm cooking at the same time, so I want to do a presentation later. So
Good for
that's
you.
right. So yes,
Yeah.
as it relates to
That's
the
hard.
food truck, we did apply for all the
Yes.
the license. Some we're still waiting on to get clarification, but because of the pandemic, everything is moving very
Yeah.
slowly. So with the
Right.
city of Toronto, we have applied through them. We have gotten some of the confirmations already, but not
Good.
everything is not done yet because of the pandemic.
Okay. Okay. Now, my other question I'm going to ask is because I have to deal with watching the salt in my diet because of high blood pressure. So I was ordering the food and then I gave it a little break because I wasn't sure. And I thought I must ask Khimar about the salt content and if there are some foods that are safer, say, than others.
Yes. So to answer that, Betty, yes. Thanks for asking that question. It was something that I kind of mentioned earlier. What we're doing, we just need, if you're whenever you're ordering from us, just let us know that your dietary restrictions, and we'll prepare the meal, customize it just for you. It's something that we
Yeah.
have been doing, and it's something that we will continue to do. And you just need to let us know
Okay.
that you're diabetic, and we will prepare the meal just for
Right.
for a hypertensive person. Sorry, not diabetic.
Yeah, no, because I wondered about the jerk chicken and what spices were used, if there was sort of a content. I love it, but
Yeah.
I thought I should check.
So what we do, we use mostly on our jerk chicken. I create my own jerk sauce by using all the natural spices and seasonings like onions and green onions and garlic and ginger, and the dry ones like pimento and cloves and those things. All of that is
Right.
blended, and then we have a special spice that I use on there, like a powder spice that I use that is blended into it, and we marinate the chicken for 24 hours, and then we jerk it and kind of just
Mhm.
use the same dressing as a base on it, so it gives you that crispy, nice, spicy taste.
Okay, good. So it sounds like good spices,
Yes.
safe spices.
Kumar, I'm glad you said you like your Jamaican food mild.
Yes.
That's how I like my food, mild. Okay, so I have
Yes.
no problems with that. And that's why my husband orders the spicy stuff. Now I have a question.
Yes.
We ordered your, I think, correct me if I'm mispronouncing. Is it Bambi's?
Uh-oh.
Bammies.
Bambi's. Okay,
Yes.
Bambi's.
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me the story on that one?
Okay,
Like-
so bammies is made from cassava. I'm not sure if you know what cassava is. Yes,
Like
it is.
chestnut flavor, yeah.
Yes, it was taken to Jamaica by the Arawak Indians, according to what my mom told me. it was taken to Jamaica by the Arawak Indians who brought it there. It's a big thing in Jamaica, especially when it comes to the season of Lent and Passover and Ramadan, because they tend to be around the same time. So what it is, basically what it is the cassava is grated, and then you wring it in a piece of cloth to remove the water from it, and then you put it in the sun for about 3 days, like kind of spread it out on a platter and keep it in the sun for about 3 days. Once it gets dry, what you do is you can then knead it into a dough. Along with like a little salt. Some people put different things in there, like some people put like garlic, whatever it is that they want, the taste that they want, you can add that to it. And what it is that you do, once that is done, you scoop it up, maybe in a cup or something. You put it in a hot pan with a little grease, could be oil, olive oil, butter, it's up to you. There's a little bit, and then that it's formed. So once you put the cassava thing that is dried into the pan, it will like an egg. So you see how egg is formed? So that's where it starts to gather itself together. And then you flip it on the other side like a patty or whatever you flip on the other side. And then once that is done, you take it out, leave it to cool, and then you can fry it, you can steam it, after that, you can do it however you want to enjoy it. Most Jamaicans tend to want it fried because it's crispy, you can bite into it. So that is what bammies are, essentially.
Right. So is the texture, like once you do that second cooking process, right? After
Yes.
you initially fried it. So
Yes.
the final cooking process, is this supposed to come out soft or is it crispy or?
If you eat it right away, it's gonna kind of be like let's think of a spring roll. If you bite it right away, it's gonna be a little bit crunchy and soft. So it's gonna be the same thing with the bammies. But if you leave it over, it's gonna become harder, and then when you fry it, it's gonna become harder. So
Okay, yeah.
so if you steam it, it's gonna become like you could steam it with a fish. Then it becomes softer.
Yeah, because you're putting moisture back into it.
I didn't hear that, May.
You're putting moisture back into it when you steam it with the fish.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
So many questions.
Yes, John.
Is there also a dish from Vietnam called
Yes.
banh and that if I stand corrected, it actually came from French colonialism,
Yes.
colonial times, and what did they say? Someone said, is it like a baguette but with a South Asian filling?
Yes.
I mean, that's one way of describing it. But again, you mentioned that Caribbean people come from all over the world.
Yes.
So then, because you'll see people from India,
Yes.
from China, from Vietnam, from
Portugal, from
Japan,
America, yeah,
different
all
parts of
over.
Africa, everywhere. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great because I'd heard about them a couple of years ago, and when
Yeah.
people said, "What is the Toronto sandwich?" and so of course they named banh mi as one of
Yes.
them, right? And yeah, that's quite
Yes.
exciting. Wonderful.
There are many ways you can do bammies. My mom don't like it fried or steamed. For me, I don't like crispy foods or fried foods, so I tend to like it a bit steamed. Just like steamed, kind of maybe like 2 minutes in the steamer, or maybe a minute and a half. That's how I like it. It's a little bit kind of al dente, so it's not soft, but it's kind of that's how I like it personally. But most people, I find the customers who order it from us like it crispy, like you bite into it like a hot spring roll. They like it that way.
Mhm. Very good. How exciting. And so when did you first learn how to cook?
To be honest, at about age 5. Um, my mom and I would say, for those who know me, my mom is my best friend. So everywhere she goes, I used to be behind her, like a puppy dog. I don't know. So everything that she's doing, I follow her and I ask a bunch of questions. At about age 7, I asked her if I could make dinner for the entire family, and she said yes. I was so short I could not even reach the stove. I was standing on a bar stool to cook.
Wow.
Yes, and the person that I really wanted to impress was my dad. And when he came home and he tasted the food, he said it was amazing. I don't know if he was just boosting me up or he's genuinely good, but he said it was amazing. It was really, really good. And then from since then, I want to try new things. I want to help my mom cook all the time. I want to help her seasoning the meat, cutting the vegetables. So I'm learning from her. My mom couldn't bake, so what I started doing is to watch another friend, neighbor, who's another female who bakes, and I'll take that home and I'll bake for my mom's birthday. So I started, and she loves it. So I started to get a big head, if you may call it that. Everyone is saying the food is good, then I started cooking. Then I move on my own. Then I have to cook for myself, and I I started, perfecting the art of cooking. And then when I finally got my one of my first jobs, it was dealing with teaching youth how to cook. And man, they loved it. They loved the food, but they couldn't cook. So the every week going in and teaching them to cook, it gives me more pleasure. Like when I see someone eat my food and say it's good, it gives me like goosebumps. I'm not lying. Like I feel really, really, really good for that compliment. Then I started cooking at my agency, having Christmas parties just for free, with my own money, like just to give back as at the ending of the year. And I would be cooking for 150 youth, or seniors, or whoever it is that I'm working with, and they all love the food at the Christmas party. Then I'm saying, if I'm doing this for free, why not turn it into something that I love it? Why not turn it into something that I can actually make a living from, and make this my thing? And I decided to open Jamaican. And we started out as a catering company, only doing free stuff,
Right.
just for charity, and then continue until we start putting the
Oh,
money factor to it. Yes.
There's Joanne. So when you think of the journey that you've been on so far,
Yes.
it's quite an amazing story about
Yes.
you started cooking for free, and then you've then developed a sense of charging for that. And
Yes.
so, what's your favorite food that you make?
What I'm making today, okay, so my favorite food is anything curried. Even if it's a sardine, you put curry on it, I'm gonna love it. I love anything curry. So if it's curried goat, I like curried goat. Because I'm hypertensive now, I can't have oxtail anymore. Oxtail used to be. I, I saw that May. So because
That
I'm
mean, does that mean it's more for me?
yes, more for you, a lot more for you.
Hopefully, I mean, yeah,
So
we're relying on that. Yeah.
so oxtail and curry goat is what is my favorite. I like so I try to cook a lot of curry in my home. But what I realized for the customers though, it's the curry goat and the oxtail. Those tend to be the one that people order the most, and I enjoy cooking it.
yeah, I know when we were doing our shout out last year, the neighbors would order and they loved the curried goat.
Thanks,
It was
man.
popular.
Yes, a lot of people love it, and they why because with the curry goat you can add the spices to how hot you want it. So if you want it really hot, you make it really hot. You can almost gauge it rather than the jerk chicken. Once you put the spices on, that's a done deal. But with the curry goat, you can add and taste and that kind of way. So it's easier for people to enjoy it.
Oh my
Well, that's
goodness. I am now starving. Well, you know what? Your
I'm just
story.
check if say hi.
got to check in something. Okay, good. That's quite interesting learning about the different spices and the journey that gets to where we are. And
Yes.
great. Yeah.
To say hi.
So if
Oh,
you
he's going off the
uh,
screen.
uh,
Just
Hey,
anticipated,
Kemar.
Oh,
sit.
look at you. You've grown
Oh,
so big.
Eddie, yeah, look at Eddie.
yeah.
Hello, Eddie.
Eddie, look how big you are.
Ed- Eddie, you got a haircut.
Oh,
Yes. How are you, Eddie?
yeah. How are you?
I am fine.
I'm
Nice to
good. How
see
are
you.
you?
I'm good. It's been a long time I haven't seen
You
you.
too. It's been a long time since.
Well, as soon as
Yeah.
COVID is over, you will see me again at the manor.
Yeah. So Eddie, you've grown so
Yeah.
fast. You're ready for university.
I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Me too.
Maybe. Hopefully. Yeah.
That's good. So
So how is everything? How's the
Everything.
restaurant?
It is okay. It's not a restaurant yet. We're just trying to get a location after COVID is over. And that way we're
Yeah.
just only doing the catering pieces at this time.
I guess with all the restaurants that
Okay.
closed, there'd be a lot more options for locations, wouldn't there?
Yes, John. What I want, to be honest, I'm really hooked on the village, to be honest.
Yes. Yes.
Why is that? For many, 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 many reasons.
The
I
Church of
think it,
Wellesley Village, right?
yes.
Good. Just to clarify the village. Okay.
Yes, sorry. The church and Wellesley village. Sorry. I should have said that. Why is because most of the events that we could make some money from or to get more people to know about us
Yes.
is takes place in the village.
Right. Right.
And then to be honest, downtown people don't like to cook. I don't know if it's just a general statement, but
Yeah.
we rather go out and eat.
Well,
So I
there's
think
so much variety of places to go. Yeah.
yes. That's where I want. I'm really looking. So I saw two places on Church. Right, one is beside Pizza, and
Right.
one is where the Starbucks used to be. But I was told that the one where the Starbucks used to be is huge. It's gonna be too
Yeah.
big.
Right.
But I'm still looking around because I really want it to be in that
I think it's
location.
2 stories. That's the one on the east side, the Starbucks.
Yes.
Yeah. That I didn't realize that closed.
Sure.
Yeah, I think they closed right after the pandemic.
They closed 25 Starbucks in the downtown.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's okay, I have to go back to class.
And he
but
has to
that
go
is-
back to class. So
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
good to
Eddie, be
hear.
Bye,
good.
Kemar. Bye, John
Bye.
Joseph.
Take
Bye.
care, Eddie. Take care, Eddie. All right.
Bye.
It's good.
He's
Good
gotten
to hear.
so big.
Oh,
I just knew Eddie would want to say hi, but he's in class.
Yeah, I miss him. I really, really miss him. He's gotten so big. I'm sure he's taller than me right now.
So, Joanna Marie, do you have a question for
Yep.
Kemar?
Well, he's taller than me, but he's little. Eat your vegetables. You'll grow tall like me. And his mother said that was really mean of me to say, given I'm so short. But anyway, he's always
Don't do
talking
that.
about your Kemar. So I thought,
I love him. I love him.
So, Joanne, do you have a question?
Is there much in Jamaican food that's vegetarian, Kimar? Because I'm woefully ignorant about Jamaican food. I just like smoking hot.
Oh, yes, Joan, most certainly. What it is, like one of the things that I do make and it's becoming very popular is something called Ital Stew, Ital. It came from the Rastafarians. That's where it started. It's a bunch of vegetables together, like carrots and potatoes and chickpeas and black beans and kidney beans. All these kind of things come together, cooked in a coconut reduction.
Oh.
It's amazing. I personally don't like vegetable foods, to be honest. I'm a meat eater, and even I myself really, really, really enjoy it. What I try to do is like when we're giving to charities, we tend to make that a part of the menu. So they can also have, if they don't want to have the green vegetables, that the raw vegetables, it's something that is warm, and it's warm too. So it's warm and cooked. Another thing that we do is our soups. It's most times it's vegetarian. How do I say this? It's cooked. It's a lot of vegetables. Like how do I say this? Like carrots again, the beans again, potatoes, yam, plantain, different types of potatoes, that kind of thing you put into it, and you make this not a broth, but a soup-like thing that you can actually, it's hearty, that you can actually have dinner. And then I have what is called our signature salad. You won't get it anywhere on this earth, only at Jamaican. And that is one of our best sellers. I'm not sure if Betty or may have ever had it, but I don't think so. But it's what we call
I was
our
gonna
signature
say,
salad.
I'm not a salad eater, but I love your salad.
Thanks, Betty.
Your mango salad was amazing. Yeah.
Thank you, John.
So after we did what was the virtual fair event,
Yes,
I ordered three different things. I think it was chicken, beef, and fish, three different dishes.
yes,
And they ordered the big mango salad, and
yes.
that was amazing. Yeah, it was enough food for a couple of days. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Thank you. One of our
And
big
your
seller
fruit
too is our jerk
juices are
salmon.
good too.
What did you say, Betty?
The
Oh,
fruit juices
your
are good.
juices too. You make those very lovely juices that are excellent.
Yes, thank you.
Nice. Very nice.
So Kemar, are you also
Yes.
developing some of your own recipes?
Yes, I am. What I'm trying to do, because what I want to do when you come to the restaurant, you will get a specific menu, which is gonna be seasonal. So summer menu, fall menu, and all of that. And then I'm working currently on a food truck menu, where you might get a bite of something that is in the restaurant, but it won't be in big portions. And then also I am trying to add to what my mom had taught me in some of her recipes. Like, I mean, remove something and add something that I think may taste better. She won't be, well, she's not alive, but if she was alive, she would not be happy that I'm changing her recipes. But what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make it in a way where my child, when they come, can also add something and keep it a family. You know, some family has heirlooms. We don't have that in our family. So what I'm trying to do is to have a recipe that's passed on from one generation to another. So
Right.
we're constantly evolving our recipes for the business.
That's good. Now you say heirlooms, like an heirloom recipes.
Yes. Something that pass on that is only you give it to one child, grandma hold on to it like dear life.
Oh,
And
what
so,
a good idea. Yeah.
that's what I want to something I want to start or continue.
Well, very good. Now, where do you go? Where do you shop for your ingredients?
For my meat, I shop at Kabul Farms, or there's one in Thorncliffe. It's called Iqbal Foods. This is
Right.
where I get all my meats. When it comes to like the ground provisions, like the potatoes and stuff, I buy them from sometimes it depends if the order is big, I will buy it at this Chinese place on the Danforth.
Right.
Um, or if it's not so big, I'll go to like Loblaws, Frills, Freshco in their organic aisle and get it. If it's like for a small order, then I'll get it there. But if it's a big order, I get it and they get their stuff from Jamaica, the Chinese place on
Okay.
the Danforth.
Oh,
Yes.
so they ship it in directly. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
We also do like when it comes to like the Easter season, there's some specific things that Jamaicans eat, like bun and cheese. I'm not sure if any of you have ever seen it. It's this kind
Like
of bread, but it's sweet.
like a
With
bread bun, like a bread bun.
yes, with raisins and that kind
Okay.
of thing. So we deliver those to the cheese, and we do the special fried fish with the snapper during that time. We do snapper every day, any day you want it, but at that is time we sell the most fish during that season of Lent.
So would that be similar to hot cross bun?
Not kinda, but more tastier because
Okay.
it have a lot more spices in there. The bun is darker, so it's made with caramel too.
Hmm.
So it's a little bit darker. It has like raisins and currants and prunes and a lot more different dried fruits that is blended into it and make into this amazing. But it's sweet. So if you're
Right.
diabetic, I would say one slice is enough or half of a slice.
So it sounds a bit like a Christmas cake.
Yes, but a little bit more dense.
Oh, even more dense than Christmas cake.
Or
Okay.
dance. Whoa.
Yes, more dense. Yeah.
Because what I did have, I remember Jamaican Christmas cake where you pureed everything.
Yes, yes. All the fruits, and then that one has with the Jamaican black cake, it has wine and rum. And it a lot I tend to overindulge mine with the rum not my first one that I eat, but when I'm selling it to someone, if I know if they like
Rum.
the taste of the rum, the white overproof Jamaican rum, I tend to dash a lot on it.
Mhm.
So, and it can last forever. That cake, you can freeze it and it stays until thy kingdom come.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess you can vary the fruit that you put in the cake, the bread.
Yes. So we blend them. So what I tend to do with mine, so it's my fruits are soaked for 1 year. So right now I have some of my fruits already been soaked for December. So one of the few of those raisins will get you drunk if you're lightweight, but it's not
Oh,
something that you eat. You soak it for 1 year in wine and rum.
right.
And then in December you put them in a blender or a mixer and blend them into a puree. And then
Mhm.
you add the other like the flour and the sugar and whatever it is that goes into a cake and the eggs and all of that. And then you bake it. When it's finished baking, you add a little bit more rum, a little bit more wine to keep that moisture in. Wrap it in a cellophane wrap or that plastic wrap, and you can eat that. Even your home will smell Christmassy if you get it like before Christmas Day.
So what would be in the container other than the alcohol for the types of berries? What types of berries would you put in there?
I would put currants. I would
Okay.
put raisins. I'll
Okay.
put the different types of raisins.
Right.
I would put prunes. Not everyone like prunes, but a few prunes in there because you give it that acidic taste.
Right.
I would put um, mixed fruits. You know the one like the orange peel that you
Right.
see sometimes red and orange and green and those ones. We put those in there too. Um, is and then any other dried fruits that you like. I tend to go for the mixture of the ones in the pack that has a mixture of everything. So you're getting a taste of everything rather than just mostly grape. But a lot more raisins is in there though.
Are you familiar with a rum toff?
No, I've never done that one.
It sounds similar but different because with a rum toff, it's
Yes.
a German thing, a
Yes.
German concoction, and you take the berries of the season. So, for
Yes.
example, you would start with strawberries,
Yes.
rum, sugar,
Yes.
raspberries, rum, sugar. Keep layering blueberries, rum, sugar, cherries,
Hmm.
rum, sugar, peaches, rum, sugar.
Hmm.
And then you do, I guess, whatever else, like you say, currants and gooseberries, and so and you actually it becomes literally ferments on the counter.
Hmm.
And but it sounds similar, yeah.
Yes.
So it's so fermented, it has a life of its own. It can't go bad, right?
Yes. That is also really, really good, that black cake. But as I said before, if you're diabetic, it's not something that I would advise you to
No,
eat.
no, no.
Maybe a slice, you know how you cut this like a pizza slice, that
Right,
shape of it, maybe I would say a quarter of that,
right,
I would
right,
say in a week, because it's rich and it's sweet, unless you want to go to the doctor or have your blood sugar
right,
rocket at bed. It's not something that I'd advise a diabetic person to eat.
right, right.
Oh, the yumminess. Oh my goodness.
Yes, but
Very
it is
good.
good. It is really good.
So how's your food making out?
So what I have now, I think my curry is done, my chicken is done, and everything is done. What I wanted to do was to kind of plate it a little bit. I don't know
Sure.
who's gonna eat it because I can't eat this early.
You can
But
show us what you made and then tempt us with all the good things.
all right, so I'm gonna turn the light on and I'm gonna get little
Sure.
by little to show you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Mhm.
Let's rush out and get Caribbean food. Yay. Okay.
Do you think we can get it for the caravan at the church?
Well, I was figuring that would be a good addition to. Uh, I think by then we could. Well, we'll figure out what we do. my my hope is, yeah, we could have something
Yeah. Anybody's guess.
because we are opening up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a matter of what the opening up looks like. Even if we do drive by, right? Because we could have him set up doing something even in a barbecue, right?
Yes.
And then people could do drive by pickup or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, lots of possibilities. Yeah. because I think it's great though.
Except no rum cake if they're driving by.
No, no, yeah, don't know nothing. No, Richard has a great idea. In addition to Lydia, she's going to do Jamaican crafts, and then Richard wants to bring in all the consulates to, from the Toronto, like the St. Lucian, Jamaican, you name it, as part of the Caravana. Yeah, a
Yeah.
great idea. Yeah, I see Dee's popped in, so we're still. Yeah, that's our next speaker, so she'll be at 2, and yeah. Joanne, I always love the fact that when you go to your mom's, you're eating. It's great.
I know, right?
Since we're talking about food, one of my new go-to comfort foods is, and not that I own the company, is you can't quite see this. Oh yeah, no, you can't. Anyways, it's smoked sardines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they sell them at the river and whatever, Gerard, little, not a dollar store, but it's a hasty market. And if you like smoked, but you don't, you're a vegetarian, so you wouldn't do that. But if anybody likes smoked anything, it's very good.
Actually, it's
Yeah.
interesting. I guess I'm a vegetarian most of the time, but occasionally I'm a pescatarian.
Oh,
I do on the odd occasion eat some fish.
oh well, since you're at your mother's, you know where you can pick them up? The little hasty market on the east side of River,
Oh, yeah.
and they're only $2.25 a tin.
Oh,
Yeah, they're super. If you went to a gourmet shop, they'd be $10. Yeah, yeah,
like, is it like a whole little fish?
yeah. There's 4 of them in there. Yeah.
So isn't that kind of freaky with the little tiny head and the little feet or the little tail?
There's no head. They're all cleaned. Yeah,
Take the head away.
yeah.
Because that's always part that sort of makes me uncomfortable.
Al the inventor. Is that Al McClary?
Yes, it is. How are you?
Oh,
Can you
good
hear
to
me?
see you. Yes, I just sent you. What did I send you? I sent you the link for donations. Did you get that?
Okay. I haven't looked yet.
That's
Take a
okay.
look.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Excuse
good.
me.
I just sent that to you. Okay, we're just waiting on Kemar to bring back food to tempt us. Yeah,
Food.
He's plating.
he's plating. Yes.
So to place an order, John Joseph, do we call him or how does it work?
So
Okay.
Kemar, how do we place an order?
You can email me at KemarMorgan@gmail.com.
Can you put that in the chat? Can you put that in the chat?
I will. So I'm not sure how I will be able to show you this plate, but let me try.
Do you have a computer or do you have a smartphone?
It's a computer.
Can you
So-
can you fold the screen down?
We're almost.
Oh, there
Can
you
you-
go. Okay.
Okay, so that's
Oh,
it there.
look at that. Now describe what we're looking at. I see the
All right.
steam rising off the plate. Oh my gosh.
All
Wow.
right, so I don't want to touch it in my hands. So all right, so this is plain rice. I use this one because it's a scent. It's jasmine, and
Okay.
this is like these are all organic vegetables: broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and string beans. I think it's called string peas or something like that. And this is our fried chicken, and this is a curry goat. So
Oh wow.
so this is one of our best sellers because with these two proteins together, it's really, 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 really good. Normally, this for someone who is diabetic, I would not recommend this. I'd recommend the Spanish rice, which is made with coconut and
Is
a
it-
lot of vegetables and
So
brown rice.
Is there sugar in the rice?
What do you say, John? Sorry.
Is there sugar in the rice? That's why, or
No, I only put sugar in my rice and peas to make it soul food.
okay. Okay.
But this one, no. The Spanish rice, no. But just the rice and peas.
Okay. Okay. So what's in your fried chicken?
So all that fried chicken is just a regular chicken with the natural spices that I make with the onions and garlic and stuff, which is blended. And then I use flour because I don't like the coat to be too thick. So I
Right.
use the refined flour with a little garlic powder, the organic garlic powder, a little food coloring, orange is the one I use, and um, eggs. So what I do, I dip the chicken legs in the egg, little like crack 2 eggs, a little the water, and beat it
Right.
out. Then you dip it in there and dip it in the flour that was the garlic and the paprika and the food coloring, and then it gives you this nice yellow, orangish, what color that is. And then you deep fry it. I
Okay.
fry mine in a pan because it's the oil will go away. You look at it's not greasy, but
Right.
if you put it into a fryer, it will come out a lot more greasy. So I tend to use a saucepan to do mine.
Oh, good. Now, so Kemar, what's your email again? I'll put in the chat for you.
So KHIMAR
Right.
Morgan, MORGAN @gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Or you can, if you follow us on Facebook, you can just type in JAMI. So it's Jam I Can. So JAM for Jamaica, I for myself, and then Can for Canada. So if you follow
Great.
us on
By
anywhere
my
on social
time
media, you'll find it there.
on Facebook. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Okay. Well, I
So
think.
and this is the presentation. This is what you would get in my restaurant.
Oh, and that's the curry goat. Right?
Yeah, this is a curried goat. This is the
Yeah.
fried chicken and the vegetables and the rice.
Great. Do people have any questions of Kemar? No. No. It's just
No.
how to order.
Just pull the
Let me
plate
take
back.
this away before I get too hungry.
Hold on. Kemar, yo, Joanne wants to see the plate. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, John. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Pull it away toward you again a little bit more.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Very good. That looks
Thank you. Thank you. And this, you can always change this. Some people rather coleslaw with it. Some people rather like a steamed. This is steamed. Some people rather like a chef salad with this, which is like cucumbers, lettuce, and tomatoes. A lot of people like it that way, but I like it with the steamed vegetables because a lot more nutritious to me at least.
Very good. Okay. Well, that's amazing. So don't forget to hold the first Monday of or last Monday of July off. We're gonna have caravan at the Manor with
Oh
Rich.
yes. Okay, sorry about that. Let me
Don't
write
forget
that.
about that. Yeah.
So the last Monday in July.
Right. Which is 1 second is the 26th. Yeah, it'll be 6 o'clock. Yeah. And maybe we'll be able to be on site. Who knows? We'll see.
Oh, I would love that.
Remains to be seen. We'll play that by ear, 1 second at a time. So, Kemar, you are a superstar. Thank you and thank you. And
Thank you so much for having me.
everybody clapping and good.
Thank you.
Actually, you may want to stay on. The next person is
Yes.
Dee Esposito, and
Yes.
she's with Angel Hair. And you may actually know people. It was actually Miss May who came up with the idea. What do you do with your hair? So
My
what?
hair?
No, I meant no.
Oh.
During COVID, when you're going to cut your hair, you don't cut your hair. But so there's a
Wow.
there's a charity called Angel Hair. So it actually
Yes.
goes to children who have had cancer, and
Wow.
so they've had chemo, the hair falls out, and it's a way to help them have dignity. And you'll hear more from Dee. So just stay on the
Mhm.
call. You get to hear more about from Dee.
I
Okay?
will stay. Yes, I
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
Most certainly.
Well, thank you. And I see Dee. You're there.
See me? I'm here. Can you hear me?
We need to turn on your video.
You know what? It said that you wouldn't let me in.
Well,
So
you should be able to turn on the video. Yeah.
It's at the left-hand corner of the.
Bottom left-hand corner. Just click on your stop video thing. Can you see that? Can you see that?
The
yeah,
lines.
okay, there I am. You see me?
Yep.
We can
Hello?
see you
Yep.
now. Yeah. 1 second. Let me just spotlight
There
you.
you are.
And
Yeah.
good. So what I'm going to do, Dee, I'm just going to say, here is Dee, who I actually met through my good friend Helen and my sister Nicole. And I attended the gala a couple of years ago, and for Angel Hair. And so and I actually was asked to say Grace. So without further ado, we'll hear more about Dee and her remarkable program where we help make a difference. They help make a difference. And thank you, Miss May, for suggesting we do this. And over to you, Dee.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to share our Charles Voice Foundation's programs. I'm not really good at the whole Zoom thing. I'm usually having my assistant here. So
You're doing
I
great,
hope,
Dee. Dee, you may want to take the mask off your ear. There you go. That's okay.
Can you hear me though?
Good. I guess
Yeah, okay, great.
Okay, thank you. Good. All
So
right.
the way the program works, we have two programs at the foundation. One is the Angel Hair for Kids program, which I'll talk about. I'll talk about both of them. And the other program is our Kids Lifeline program. So the Angel Hair for Kids program is the program that provides wigs to children across Canada, and it's for any reason that they lose their hair. It could be alopecia, burns, trichotillomania, of course, cancer treatments, but it's for any reason. And the way the program works is through hair that is generously donated, as well as funds. We are able to work with hair replacement specialists across Canada who volunteer their time and their expertise in helping us. So we have somebody in Nova Scotia or Alberta, wherever. We contact our person out there, and then they get in touch with the child, and they have a meeting, and they get fitted for a wig, and that's basically how it works. And of course, now with Zoom, I mean, not with Zoom, but with COVID and everything being closed down or open and closed, we're going in waves, and we are receiving lots of hair donations because people haven't been able to get their hair cut, and then they decided that they have enough hair, or they make a commitment and then they continue to grow their hair, and then they send it in to us. So that's basically how the program works, and it is life-changing for the kids. And they're like, a lot of kids now are suffering from alopecia, where they lose their hair and it doesn't grow back. So they can stay with us until the age of 19. So they'll get their first wig, and because they would be more active and you're participating in sports and stuff like that, where someone who has cancer might be sick, their wig will get a lot more wear and tear than, someone who's just kind of, sitting around trying to get better. So they stay with us to the age of 19, no matter what age they join us. So it becomes like a family of Angel Hair for Kids. So that's basically how the program works. Does anybody have any questions?
I have one. I have a few of the youth who they're mostly male, but they have like really, really, really nice, I don't know how to describe it, really nice hair that is healthy and all of that. But because of COVID, they have not been cutting it.
Right. Yeah.
If I should be able to convince them, because it's a really long hair, like if I should be able to convince them, maybe like 10 inches they could cut off. If I'm able to convince them to cut it off, how do I go about getting that hair to you, or is not something that you're doing at this time?
Yep. Well, our minimum length is 12 inches, so it is quite long, and that's why I say when people commit to it, they really do commit to something that is, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So they can just, we're in Mississauga, and once we open up, people can drop by. We were used to having lots of people drop by all the time, kids coming by and showing us before and after pictures, receiving their certificate of appreciation. And but now with COVID, we have not been open, and we have a new location. So as soon as, everybody's up and running, if they're in the area, definitely can stop by. But anybody right across the country, right through Canada Post is a good way to get it to us.
Okay.
But all the guidelines and the hair donation form are on the website.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it is like it's a great program. We love it, and we're so happy that we can really, like somebody starts losing their hair at a young age, it's devastating for them.
Yes.
So, and we try to, help them look not exactly, but how they look before, and it's life changing for them. So it's great.
Yes. And also, sorry, if like a hairstylist, someone who has been trained as a hairstylist, have their own business, who makes wigs, decide to do that as their charity, for CRA, and they want to make the wigs, design them themselves, is that a donation that you would take?
Not really, because we have our own specifications. We have caps specially designed for different needs. Some people have skin sensitivity because of whatever they're going through, and they're made for children. So sometimes like an adult wig is not going to fit them.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, certainly.
So yeah. So okay, so that's our Angel Hair for Kids program, and then we have a Lifeline program, which is another program we really like. It's not as popular because I guess maybe it's kind of too, it's a one-time grant of up to $1,000. We try to help out families who have needs that are not being met by the government. So, and it can be a lot of things. Like we get requests every day and it's just kind of amazing. Irrigation systems for kids that are having problems. Just even bedding. We help with people that are staying at Ronald McDonald House. They still need to eat. They need to buy food, transportation, specialized bicycles. We are trying to kind of gear away from therapies. We're trying to do more tangible things, but we do get a lot of requests for therapy, speech therapy, or therapies that help with children who have are on the autistic spectrum. So that's it's a great program as well, but it's not as funded as well as the Angel Hair for Kids program because it's a little bit more popular than Angel Hair for Kids, but we're working on that. So
How do you get funding for that, Dee?
sorry.
How do you get funding for that program, the Lifeline program?
That's also for both our programs. It's through public money. We don't get any money from the government. So people do fundraisers for us. Basically, just through generosity of the public is how the whole foundation and how the programs are running.
So are you finding it more difficult to attract donors during COVID or less, or how are you spreading the word in this weird time?
Well, we don't have a budget for marketing, so we spread basically it's our website and word of mouth, and like I said, because COVID and people not being able to get their haircuts right across the country or in places are closing, opening, this and that, we have seen an increase of about 20% of people calling, and they always start out with, I haven't had my haircut in so long. So either they do have enough or they commit to growing the 12 inches. So it's been really nice. Yeah, it's been good, I guess, for some people who might not have thought about it before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just thinking because if like for the Lifeline program, you don't need hair, you need dollars. So that's why I was wondering about how the donation program works from a financial.
Oh, the funding. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. I mean, we do need it takes money to create the wigs. We budget about $2,000 per wig, and sometimes that will even include a little bit of travel cost for the child if they're not right in the area. They might have to travel to the salon or something. But it is through fundraisers, basically. People want to, if they would donate their hair, they donate a little bit of cash with it. It's great. Or through Canada Helps right now, you can do an online fundraiser. In the month of June, for every $1 that goes through Canada Helps, they put us into a draw to win $20,000, or I think it's $20,000 or $30,000, which is great. And it's an easy thing to do. You just set up a page and say exactly what you're doing, why you're doing it, and it's for our charity. And then people do a social media blast to all their family, friends, and coworkers, and it takes off like wildfire. Like people hear about it, they know who you are, they like what you're doing, so they want to support the child who is cutting their hair, or it's not only children, it's people of all age who donate their hair. So they want to support them, and they'll give them $20, $25, $50, whatever they have, and no donation is too small or too big. We appreciate everything, and they do it for like a month or so, and Canada Helps will thank them, send them tax receipts. They'll keep a running total for the person. So it's an easy fundraiser for anybody to do. Like little kids do it sometimes in lieu of birthday presents. They raise money and donate their hair. So it's good.
Cool. Very nice.
I was noticing on your website you have a video about Ava's story. Would it be okay if I shared that now?
Oh, for sure. for
And so
sure.
I just because it's a picture's worth 1,000 words, and a video's worth even 10,000. 1 second, let me just figure it out. And 1 sec, I'm just gonna. Very good. 1 second, and then we go into optimize, and then we go into. Can everybody see that?
My name is
Yes.
Jennifer
Yep.
Barlett, and I am a single mom to a beautiful girl. It started when she was about 2. She started getting patches of hair. Every time she would get sick, more would fall out. She entered school. She just had basically strands left by the end of JK. Alopecia totalis. It's an autoimmune disorder. Basically, she has no immune system. It's very, very minor. Anytime she goes back to school, at the beginning is the worst. For instance, this year she's already missed 22 days. With kids and adults, you know, they can be cruel when they see something they don't understand. For Ava, it was a lot of bullying. And it was hard for me as well because I just want to see her as happy as, you know, she can be. We had looked for, it feels like forever. And as I said, I'm a single mom and there's no way I could have afforded a wig for her. Angel Hair for Kids actually had to custom make Ava's wig because she has such platinum blonde hair. It was really, really hard to find something that matched. And they did it hands down amazing. It's almost perfect to her color. Angel Hair for Kids is a nonprofit organization. So there is no government funding. I would love for all of you to go to a childsvoicefoundation.ca. You can get all the information there. You can donate. All you amazing people that do donate help, you know, give her the beautiful look and confidence that she's gotten from this. Thank you, Angel Hair for Kids.
I made you say it. I didn't say it.
1 second. Oh, there we go. She's adorable. Wow.
Yeah, she's actually should be coming in to get a new wig, but because of COVID, and they're waiting till we're actually open, you know, to help her. So
I know Miss May has a lot of hair on her head. She's been letting a lot of. So,
Yeah, I just saw it.
yeah.
Wow.
wow, yeah.
Wow. That is a
So,
wow.
so May, not to put you on the spot, are you wanting to donate your hair?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I do.
nice.
I do.
That's why
Now,
she wanted you to come.
I was just sitting here thinking, if every member of our congregation donates even $1 for every inch or whatever, or just, hey, donate $50 and they will cut off this mane.
$50 an inch. Okay.
No, well, you know,
That's a good charity. A good
so
fundraiser. It's a good fundraiser.
a minimum of 12 inches. And I believe if I cut it to my shoulders, it'll have 14 inches. But because
Wow,
of COVID,
great.
because if it's COVID, it'll give me that much more time to have it even longer.
Good for you.
But-
So why don't
and I
you
was-
do a pitch on Sunday? Yeah.
And like Ava, she's got really, really blonde, light hair, right? So I got black hair and there's strands of gray in there. So how would that work? Like say she's the only recipient and you've got this hair. So what do you do?
Well, actually, it takes about 10 to 12 ponytails from different heads to make one wig. I know that sounds
Oh.
crazy because you know, you got like all that thick hair and you think it would make a wig. It takes more than that. So it takes quite a lot of hair to produce, to create the wigs. So, and we prefer it be non-dyed virgin hair.
Virgin.
We
This
do
is so
take
virgin.
colored hair. Yeah, okay. But because occasionally they do dye it to get a certain color. But like when the hair is dark, it's fine. They would keep it dark. You know what I mean? But a lighter color hair, they might dye it. But it takes a lot of hair to create one wig. It's just amazing.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I've spoken to a nurse in the past, last summer, because my husband was in the hospital, and she does a wonderful thing. She grows out her hair, cuts it, starts all over again. She cuts it, she donates every time.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah,
So
every
this-
day I receive mail, and I almost feel like some days I feel so blessed to be in this position. Either I'm laughing or I'm crying because it's something's, people grow their hair and then they donate it in honor of someone or in memory of someone. And the stories, like you always think you've heard it all, and then something comes in and I'm just like, oh man, that is just so sad, or it's so touching, or it's funny story why they're growing their hair, but it's amazing, and there's so many generous people out there. It's really heartwarming.
let you know, this will be my second donation. I've donated about 10 years ago. So
Oh, nice. To us or to Pantene?
actually, at the time, my hair was chemically with all the products and stuff. And there were a lot of associations that didn't take chemically dyed hair and whatnot, and permed hair. So there was one place down in Florida that took it. So I mailed it down to Florida that took chemically treated hair.
Okay.
So, but now I feel good because it's all natural and virgin, like you say. So it's staying here
Great.
in Canada.
Okay, well, I look forward to getting it. And it's a good idea. Like, just like you say, even if everybody donates $1, that could create a wig. You know what I mean?
I have
It
a
doesn't
question.
take a lot for everybody to do it. I mean, a little means a lot. It adds up to a lot all the time.
Okay.
I have a question. I saw Ava. Ava was the spokesperson, I assume, and she has straight blonde hair. Cancer affects every race and every ethnicity and every culture. If there's a black child there, because with hair like mine, well, mine is dread, so I don't. This is not a hair to give away, but
You never know. Someone might want it.
I'm thinking about cutting mine off though. But I never thought of donating it because I've never heard anyone donating dreads. But as it relates to curly hair, like if you should look at my roots, the roots is curly. Um, how I don't think our hair can grow to 12 inches. It's gonna become this big poof. How would we for a black child who wants to have
Here.
hair that she identifies with, like black hair? How I don't know
Well,
what I'm
they
asking.
would be going to, like I said, to the hair replacement specialist, and they would do their best to find what they were looking for.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like there are some cases where the human hair wigs are not good for everyone, and they could get a really nice synthetic wig that was kind of like custom for them.
Okay.
So yeah, we help everyone.
Okay.
And like I said, with alopecia, I don't know if it has to do with COVID and kids are being stressed or what it is, but we're finding like younger kids, 5 and 6, like Eva, but like sisters. We just did 2 sisters in Alberta who they just started losing their hair, and they were 6 and 8. And I was so thrilled. Like I remember that they have to send in a picture of them with the wig once they receive it, just for our files, or if they want to share it. But I received an email and I had these pictures, and these 2 girls were so happy that I can't even tell you how it made me feel that day. I was like, oh my God, this is what it's all about. It's really nice, really, really nice. Because like I said, with the alopecia, sometimes, they have like little tufts of hair, like the one girl, Jaden, on our website. And I know she's good with sometimes not wearing her wig, but it gives her an opportunity, the choice of having hair or not having hair. But some people do not like to be seen without hair. So it kind of opens up, it helps them. It helps them a lot, Some people, can go around their house and not have anything on their head and they're fine. Other people don't even want to walk around their house without a head covering or a wig. So it's a very individual thing, and we try to help everybody to feel as comfortable as they can. So yeah.
Good work.
What do you think if it rolls out and opens up on June the 14th? Do you think you might have an event after that, or is it just too crazy with Zoom not Zoom, but COVID right now?
An event, well, there
Like
was
a
some talk, someone wanted to do something, but
like
with
a,
the,
like a hair-a-thon where people might come and cut their hair and donate it on the spot.
Mhm, mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
there has been some talk about doing that, but
yeah.
with the rollouts, like you say, they
It's
keep changing the dates.
pretty scary.
So
Yeah.
maybe in the summertime, maybe in September before the kids, if they actually go back to school, that would be a great time to do it, depending on how things go with
Right.
COVID and restrictions and all kinds of things. But yeah, we're open to all kinds of doing events. We can do a little event here. We've moved our location. We were at the same location for years, and we had to downsize due to COVID, but we kind of upscaled into a newer property. So yeah, we have a smaller office, but we have shared space where we can do a little event, haircutting event. We have a sink and we have all that is ready to be utilized. So that is a good thing, but we don't have any plans for right now. But I think if we did something, it would be like towards September, the end of August, beginning of September, to do like a hair drive
Right.
where people could get their hair cut here, donated,
That
that would
would
be a
be the
great
word.
thing.
A hair
Yeah.
hair drive. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's your office now?
We're on the Queensway, 1225 Queensway East. It's a new,
Oh, in
I
Mississauga.
don't know.
Right.
It's in Mississauga. Yeah, it's between Dixie and Stanfield.
Okay, I know that area. Yeah. Okay. Someone had a question, I heard. Yeah.
I was about to say, not right now, but soon as COVID is lifted and people are able to gather again, I would really love to collaborate with you on a fundraiser.
Okay,
Um,
great.
Meaning, where we could. This is something that I've been thinking about is selling. I wouldn't say tickets, but selling plates of food. So whether you're gonna take the food or not, like for example, we'd sell a plate of food for say $500. I'm just being optimistic.
Like like an auction. Yeah, like an auction.
Like an auction, yeah, something along that line. We have done this with this gentleman who is building these condos in Regent Park, David Spectrum. Create this,
Daniel Spector. Yeah.
yes, that Daniel, yes, Daniel, Daniel Spectrum is something that we have done before, and those plates of food were like $2,500 per plate. Many
Wow.
people did not show up because they just pay for their ticket as a support of charity. Maybe we won't get $2,500 per plate for our food, but something that I would love to work with you on is where you buy a ticket and all the proceed would go towards designing. I'm using fancy words now. Designing wigs for the children uh, that needs your support. So all the proceed would go towards your company. That is something that not only will, and then from that, what we do, we could get some what they call the thing, marketing. So marketing could, because they don't have a lot of budget for marketing, that could be one way where a lot more people could know about you and know about what you're doing, the great work that you're
For
doing.
sure.
Yes.
Sounds great. Yeah. So is everybody mostly in the area of Mississauga, Toronto?
So this is what we have is people. Khimar is downtown, at near Sherburne and Danforth, and Isabella, and we're in Cabbage now. Joanne is
Oh, nice.
more. Would you call it Toronto East?
Yeah, East York, maybe not, maybe not East York.
No, it's not
Toronto
really
East.
I'm in Toronto, but in the East End. I like to make the distinction between Toronto and East York because I'm definitely in Toronto.
Okay.
And May is North Toronto. And now, what neighborhood are you in?
Me?
You know,
Do I live personally, or is this area?
Al. I'm trying to get Al the inventor. I guess he can't hear. Al the inventor. What neighborhood are you in? You're muted. Oh, he's something. Oh, he's got. Okay, he's muted. Okay, there we go. We're not sure. Who else was there? There was Betty. Betty's North Toronto. Okay, Okay, downtown. Maybe it's downtown. Okay, maybe that's what he meant. Okay. And what neighborhood are you in, Dee?
I live at Square One.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, do people have any more questions?
One more. What is the ratio between synthetic hair and human hair to make wigs? Because I read somewhere that the human hair is not so much in need. They tend to be more synthetic hair for making wigs.
You're correct. Pantene and the Canadian Cancer Society, they were collecting hair up until about 2 years ago. And they kind of came out with that statement saying that people were using more synthetic wigs, which look beautiful. They're expensive. They look beautiful. But they were getting a lot of hair, both Pantene and Canadian Cancer, like short hair, 6 inches, 5 inches, 7 inches. And they couldn't use it. It wasn't usable. And we've always had ours at 12 inches. So I think that's one of the reasons that they stopped collecting the hair. I don't know. We use human hair wigs. And like I said, unless somebody has skin sensitivity or something, they can get a synthetic wig. So I don't know any ratio. You know what I mean? Most people that get the wigs from us it's human hair. It would be the one-off that would be synthetic hair. So
okay, well, that's good to know, because I was sort of like turned off, if you might say, like, what, synthetic hair? We got all this beautiful long hair and you don't want it? Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's too bad, because they should have stipulated, hey, we need a minimum, like you say, 12 inches. Like, okay, go and get 4 inches. Do you want, what do you do with that 4 inches? You know,
Yeah, I really, it's just not useful. And I think that was part of the problem. They were probably having, like just everybody just sending in hair and hair and hair, and they couldn't do anything with it. So yeah, we specifically, with our guidelines, the hair has to be clean and dry, put into a ponytail or a braid, and then cut above where it's bound together. So you get one nice long ponytail, or 2 or 3, depending on the thickness and the amount of hair on your head. Everybody's is totally different, right? So we were pretty specific about that at the length as well, and even now, sometimes I get like somebody send a bag of hair, and I'm like, what are people thinking? I don't know. Or they'll send wet hair.
Wet hair. Oh.
Yeah. So like it has to be totally dry. The wet hair then becomes, sometimes by the time I get it, it's stinking, it's starting to get moldy. So you can't do anything with that. I mean, it's sometimes I have tried to dry it out, and but it needs to be clean and dry and done properly. The guidelines are right on the website, so people really should not have a problem following them.
Right.
But anytime people call all the time, so if anybody needs any more information that they can't find on the website, they can always phone us and we'll tell them.
okay, good. Thank you.
A story, like a brief thing. I remember once going backstage, like behind the scenes, and seeing how the wig makers make the wigs there, and it is unbelievable. the precision and the detail and the way that they tie like
The
three
hair.
strands of hair in this like teeny tiny little, like, and it's a very tight mesh, and they're tying this hair in there, and it's time consuming, and it's painstaking, and it's absolutely incredible. And that's just for Stratford. So that's just for the theater. So I can only imagine the kind of care and concern that a person that's making a wig for someone's, mental health, physical well-being, and, all of that. It must be just remarkable. And the amount of time that it would take is just incredible.
Yeah.
Well, Dee, it's been quite amazing. I think so. I'll connect you with Kemar, and we look forward to seeing how. And so, Miss May. So I think you should do the Miss May challenge on Sunday, and throw down the gauntlet and throw out the amount, but whatever amount per inch you want to do, and we can go there. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. And you can always, tag us on Facebook or Instagram and say what you're doing. And then that gets like a little following for yourself as well, and maybe more supporters.
Right.
So, John, I just wanted to tell you that Clyde mentioned, he said, oh, I know, John. Clyde Harris is our
Oh, yeah.
my bookkeeper. Yeah.
Oh, good. What a small
So for
world.
somehow he saw the link and he said, oh, you're going to be speaking. I said,
Yes.
yeah. So, yeah. Clyde said to say hi.
Okay, wonderful. Very good. Well, listen, thank you, Dee, and thank you, everyone. And
Thank you.
So next week we have Black Urbanism with Mike Laney, and we're going to hear all about Black urbanism in Toronto. So you take care, everybody. Enjoy a lovely weekend. Hopefully, get a chance to go outside. And 1 second, let me just stop recording. And there we go. Oh, yes. There